Hey, how's it going? I'm Christiana Brenner, a Senior Account Supervisor at MS&L Chicago, and I've been with the agency for about 5 years now. I currently work on the Delta Faucet Company and Custom Electronic Design and Installation Association accounts, but throughout my time with the agency, I've had the opportunity to work on almost every piece of business in the Chicago office, as well as a couple pieces or projects from some of the other offices as well. My experience in digital right now is pretty unique. I am helping a major corporation expand its role in the online space and really develop a social media program. It's a really exciting new challenge for me to take an otherwise conservative and traditional company and open their eyes to all of the opportunities online and the unique ways in which they can connect with their customers and consumers. And one of the questions that was asked of me as I sat down to do this interview is, what is the coolest project I've ever worked on in the digital space? And not to date myself and sound like a dinosaur, but I think the coolest project for me truly was the first time I had the opportunity to work with a client and convince them. It took a lot of convincing and a lot of talking into, but convince them that a traditional hard press kit with some swag items, maybe some tchotchkes, wasn't always the right answer, and that there was this new wave, this digital wave of providing content online that was easily accessed and downloadable for editors so that they had the content that they needed right when they were writing a story. And, it took a lot of encouragement, a lot of justification for the client to get on board with this. And when we finally did get them on board and were able to show them all of the content that we could put online in an electronic press kit, and also show them the traffic back and how many people used the electronic press kit and downloaded the content, how many people opened the email that we sent, it was a really cool way to bring them into this new world and have the evidence to back that up. One of the other questions asked of me today is, what does it mean for me to be a digital activist, and how do I activate my clients around digital activities and social media, and how do I advocate on behalf of them? And, again, it goes back to the same stories that I was just starting to tell about helping them understand what online content, what a digital presence, what having an active social media program can really do for them, and how it positions them in a way that they can better connect with their audiences. Because I think what we're finding across the board is, while clients may get to the point where they understand, or may already be at the point where they understand that a social media presence or an online presence is so important, the know-how of getting there and having a dedicated team on site is not always in place already, and that's truly what we can offer. One of the last questions I'll answer here was, what application of social media tool is one that I could not live without? And, I'm not necessarily the most savvy. I won't say that I know everything about social media, but I am frequently on social media. It has become my new CNN. I certainly look to Twitter anytime there's a breaking news story for the latest updates. I think it took many hours for CNN or MSNBC or some of the major network news stations to catch up to what was happening with Michael Jackson, or to catch up even to the Balloon Boy story. And these are two things that have happened recently in our experiences or in pop culture, that breaking news stories on Twitter, definitely consumer journalism driving all of the content, and network news struggling to keep up. And I think that as more and more content is pushed out online, the news outlets online, traditional and social media, are certainly a part of my core day-to-day activities. But more so than that, from a personal perspective, I use Facebook every day. It's a great way for me to connect with my family. And, I live in Chicago. I'm originally from the East Coast, and truly have a strong bond with my family, and appreciate the opportunity to see what they're doing in their daily lives through their status updates and through the photos that are posted, and to exchange a couple words here and there, throughout the week that really just help us stay connected.